Okay, it's good that we had a break. Now, I have shown you how music and dance have been part of the way of living in India and how we contrasted that with the Western civilization. We have come all the way from Veda to the Bhakti poet, to the Bhakti time, and the second session is really interesting, and I'm glad that we had a break. And like in Vaishnavism, mystic poets sang in praise of Lord like Haridasas, like Purandaradasa, like Sri Haridasa, like Kanakadasa. Even Saivites, even today Saivites sing with Tala and they set in tune, and that was all started by a young mystic poet saint called Thirignana Sambandha. And he says, for the benefit and for the people who dance and sing before you, hey Lord Shiva, please take care of us. And it was set in a tune called Padantaka Ragam, present day Arabi. And even today, if you go to Saiva temples, particularly in Tamil Nadu, there are sect of great devotees called Voduvas, and they only sing in the raga. And this poem is Tevaram, is all sung by those poets from 1300 years, 7th century. Thirignana Sambandha lived in 7th century, so Bhakti. So from Vedic time to the Bhakti time of 10th century, roughly we have come this far, quickly scraped through this vast time frame where dance, storytelling, katha, Harikatha came into vogue during Maratha period on the basin of Kaveri in Tanjore, but these were all part of living. People used to sing, and when you look at how those poems are sung, mind melts. Not only it melts your mind, it also melts your bone. And this is set in those days, it is called Padantaka Ragam, present day Arabi. Marayudayai toludayai varsadai mel valarum Marayudayai Arabi. Sri Saraswati Namostute Dikshata. Famous Arabi rag. Same thing. Marayudayai toludayai varsadai mel valarum Pirayudayai Pingajane Yendrunai Pesinallal. Typical Arabic. So when you go to Tanjore temple or you go to Chidambaram, you see old who are singing with Carnatic tune, but they know that by their puns in yesterdays what is the name. So the life revolved around music and dance. Of course in Chidambaram, Natyanjali, you all know. Once you learn dance, you should go to Chidambaram. Bhargavi should make a point that to take a vacation. If parents have money and they allow, go. Okay, now comes to the second phase. Okay, all this is good. Okay, Professor Ram, tell me what is the benefit for my grandchild? She has to spend 1 hour. Not only 1 hour. She has to practice. And that is what I am going to bring the duo here. Jayanti Parthasarathi and Aarti Parthasarathi. Listen, this is a true story. And Aarti Parthasarathi is self-taught at home. Okay, I'm not going to explain the reason. But music and strict music regimen helped her to improve her cognitive skills. Blessed that girl. And for that, Dr. Jayanti Parthasarathi and her husband, Sriman Parthasarathi, created a school on their own, which also benefited many families. And this is the thing we will see now. Why we should learn music, why we should do dance. And to improve the cognitive ability, Aarti herself made a point that she will do practice 3 times a day. I'm not lying. That's why I told Dr. Jayanti and Aarti to come. 3 times. Grandma, grandpa, parents, listen. 3 times. This is not possible for everybody, but I'm just giving you an example. Aarti is a living model of how music and art form helps. 3 times a day. And the beauty is, exactly when the clock hits 6:53 in the morning, if my memory serves correctly, she will go to practice. And on those days when she is not working or doing volunteering, after lunch at 1 o'clock, she will go to upstairs and do 1 hour practice. And then in the evening, about 6, they gave some time. It's all odd number, 6:15 or 6:11, I don't know. Something, she goes again and practices. And that has helped her to do Arangetram in Chennai, Veena. She is a Vainika. And music, dance enhances one's academic skill. That is the result which was put out by American Psychological Association last year. Trust me. Now we will go to that where you want to see this. So, why to study arts? Listen. American education is falling. Mom and dad, listen. I am a professor. I sit in advisory boards to bring extracurricular into school system here in Texas, Lubbock. We all discuss. We can't compete against China. We can't compete against Finland. We can't compete against Scandinavian countries. Latest 2024 results came nationwide. Our reading levels and our math skills are lowest in 2 decades. No matter whether it's a private school you send to in New Hampshire or in Boston, this is the situation. American education level has fallen down in 2 decades. 45% of 12th graders are below basic level in math. 32% are below basic level in education, reading. What to do? People were scratching. Luckily, during the same time, American Psychological Association put this together. Imagine. So, from next week, Bhargavi should get more students because this is a strong result. American Psychological Association stated that high school students, I myself worry, but I never let him miss one class, whether violin, piano or Veda, whatever it is. Because this is the fact. One of the strongest association came out with a report saying high school students who take music courses do significantly better in science and math. And interestingly, if you have some instrumental inclination, so Bhargavi should also make sure that kids not only dance, they also take music or instrument, at least light level. That those students who have some inclination towards music increases their motor skills. And that work they published. Now, there should not be any hesitation for parents in the room. I have no hesitation. That's why even if it is $60 per hour, of course Indian Bharathiya teachers don't charge $60 per hour, I know. But I don't know how Bhargavi charges. Anyway, so it is worth, every penny is worth. This is a proven fact. Out of 1,112 students in the district in British Columbia, you see, take home message. So sitting in this lecture for 45 minutes, parents learnt that their every penny they give it to Bhargavi is worth 10 times or even 100 times. And the proof, that is the report. But the proof, the living proof is Aarti, whom you see along with Dr. Jayanti. She practices 3 hours and she is able to do everything on herself, and she has been doing it systematically for 19 years. And that is what she practices. And they tell me that their house has a separate music room called Saraswati room, and they have 5 Veenas. And they have 5 Veenas. You see? And not only that, another proof is Arts Education Partnership in USA, and this is Bhargavi's Nrityaranga's performance, I guess, beautiful photos. Dance education supports young children's literacy, social development. Why? Because they get tuned to do things quickly because of repetition. Music, dance and harikatha all needs practice, repetition. It strengthens language, literacy, emotional development and sharpens motor skill, because Bharatanatyam is all about expressing emotions. And so, demand simply, you search published data, you go on the internet and look the connection between music and academics and music and leadership qualities. You get tons of information. Demand Symphony, latest, last year they put it out in the public saying practice of music enhances memory, dance as well. And music students with instrumental inclination were 1 year ahead. If your son or daughter is in 9th grade, their ability will be to read 10th grade math and 10th grade chemistry. My son is a witness. He's in 9th grade, but he's already taking 11th grade chemistry and math. So, art forms are interconnected. And this is nothing, this has been told by none other than the topmost Bharatanatyam exponent of this living today is Padma Vibhushan Dr. Padma Subramaniam. I do not know how many people know. Young kids should take her as a role model. And she says, in her own Nrityaranga, which is the most famous school like Harvard, on parlance with Harvard in Bharatanatyam, Bhargavi would know that. So Padma Subramaniam Amma says in a latest interview, she said that she makes sure those students who are learning Bharatanatyam under her learn music. Not only music instrument and also languages. Because Bharatanatyam has poems set in Kannada, because if you are using Kshetrajna Pada, Telugu, Sanskrit, Tamil, so multi-language ability should be there. They should also learn music. If their time permits, some instruments together. I am not telling. That is from the epitome of the living Bharatanatyam giants, Dr. Padma Subramaniam. She is the one who last year got Padma Vibhushan, second highest award from Bharat, Government of India. So that is one testimony. And so life comes from Veda to Bhakti, and now everywhere in the month of December you will see the street bhajans. Bhajans are full of emotions. People don't show any shyness. They lift their hand, they dance. You get peace of mind, and this all happened because music was included in the words Vak Artha Pratipadaye. So music is set and mixed with tune, unlike Beethoven. Until he composed 9 symphony, it was only tone, notes and tune. He didn't add lyrics to it. Only in the 9th symphony, I asked some tips from my son, he gave me this. Until his last 9th symphony, he didn't infuse words into it. But in Indian music system, it is all words. Words and music and rhythm in harmony, which is nothing but bhajan. From Veda to Carnatic music to dance to street bhajans, which is very popular in Mylapore in the month of Margadi, in the month of December. Harikatha, all connections. So memory, language, emotion, dance, way of life. And I am going to finish in 2 slides. And one more endorsement and one more testimony. And I showed you Dr. Padma Subramaniam. And this one is a Vidushi. She is a singer, Carnatic singer, famous singer called Aruna Sairam. And she is the aunt of Indra Nui, who was the Pepsi Cola CEO. And she says, singing helps people, and when you sing, you also improve your emotion, because singing should not be just to attract intellectual talents or to satisfy intellect. It should go and hit your mind. If somebody sings, somebody dances, it should hit your emotions. Music should not only focus to hit the intellect of others, but it should reach the mind. So what is the impact? Learning music or any art form, Bharathiya art forms. I'm not saying you should not learn Western art form. My son learns piano and all the things which I don't understand. But Learn everything if your time permits, and time will permit. It's only time management. It is a bridge between Bharat and United States and any foreign land. Multiple skills, multiple language skills, emotional relationship, leadership activities. It keeps you grounded, at least that 1 hour. People are busy. You take them to Nrityaranga, parents drive, or take tube, I don't know about New Jersey. Go there, spend 1 hour. You get grounded in the Indian culture. So, mother and father or grandmas visiting 6 months, no need to worry. Their Manakodalu is doing good because 1 hour at least on a weekly basis they are grounded in Indian culture. I have already shown both by published paper and as well as a living model in Aarti that it improves us cognitive and social skills. And in fact, 1 hour, not only you get peace of mind, your relatives also will get peace of mind. So Aruna Sairam, who also got Padma Shri, all these people are national awardees. And Dr. Padma Subramaniam is known all over the world. So music art form should not only focus to hit the intellect, but it should reach minds. When it reaches minds, it's no game. Again, I asked Bhargavi to send a collective picture. This is what she sent. Looks like she is growing with number of students. How should we go ahead? Every dollar or every penny we spend on music, whether it's a Western music or Oriental Bharathiya music or Bharathiya art form, is worth. The rewards are multiple. Involved engagement with communities. This is what Bhargavi did now. She brought somebody from Columbus, somebody from Texas on a platform, along with people physically present. Continued engagement and support from family members like you all present there is needed. And one good thing what I want to tell, I told you, I'll tell you a secret. And Bhargavi has done something new, at least for Nrityaranga, that she has partnered with International Hindu University to give diploma certificates to the students who are studying under her by an accredited, to be accredited university in the United States, that the kids, high school, it's like college credit. Did anybody think, did any parents coming here think that sending their kids to this Nrityaranga or any other art form schools will fetch them college credit? 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade students will get college credit if that program goes through between Nrityaranga and International Hindu University. That's a big achievement. Students, Harvard and Princeton, they look for how they have look for transcripts. Okay, 4.0 everybody gets. How many college credits they have done? How many kids have done advanced studies within their school time? And music is also part of the curriculum in this country, thankfully. So if you could show that nobody had thought about college credits in music and dance art form. And I am very pleased that Bhargavi was trying to do that. So this is something new. And students will benefit because they will get this college credit which they could show in their admission applications. Adults also get benefit. Even grandmas get benefit because in medical field and engineering field and other professional degrees you need to have continual professional upgradement. So this is one part. And then you build friendships. I would never imagine that I would know somebody in Nrityaranga school, no way. And it is 1 hour of Sukha Anubhavam. Time flew. Thanks to Jayanti and Bhargavi with beautiful pictures. 1 hour fell. But the next thing what I would suggest Bhargavi to do is go to your universities in New Jersey Institute of Technology, or I'm not saying Princeton and all, nearby universities, and engage with their school of music program so that they are aware of the activities what small groups like Nrityaranga is doing. And I can show something that Master Seshadri, the prodigy in flute, he lives somewhere in New Jersey area. He was invited by School of Music at Texas Tech University, thereby broadening. So try to engage with your local schools because they are looking forward to engage and interact with community as well as part of their outreach and engagement. So I suggest Nrityaranga do that. So spending on music, spending on dance, or spending on any art form, even wood carving, sculpture, whatever it is, beyond sports and beyond your academics is always going to be beneficial. And this would not have been possible without Sri Mahalakshmi and Sri Appati and my own preceptor Manavala Mamanigal, and particularly my thanks goes to Srimati Bhargavi Seshadri, my student. I am proud to call her my student. And Nrityaranga, and to my friend and my akka, Dr. Jayanti Parthasarathi, whom you had seen on the screen, for continuous support. And she runs a weekly program called Vrindavan Japam to teach Bhakti texts, particularly in Tamil. And that group members and my own universities, I am affiliated full-time with Texas Tech University and International Hindu University, which allows to extend into all these Bharathiya art forms. And I am very thankful and I am very pleased that kids have taken time to participate, and all the very best for the next term, and happy holidays. Mangalani Santu.